Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video from the Pinoy Pick Pro. So today's video, what we're going to do, this video is really meant for people who are new to picking locks and working on locks and things like that. If you work on and pick enough locks, eventually you are going to run into a situation where you need to use one of these. And what is this? This is a plug spinner. So what I've done is I've set up a lock, and this is a Schlage rim cylinder, and as you can see, the lock does work. Okay, pull that out of there. It is locked. Put the key in and it turns. Okay. Now you also notice that on the lock I've drawn a black line on the face so that you'll be able to watch the motion of the lock plug as it spins one way or the other. So like I said, if you pick enough locks, eventually you're going to get into a situation where you cannot pick the lock into the open position. Now for Schlage, most of the time you turn the plug clockwise to the right to open the lock. If it's a quick set or something like that, or a lot of those will turn counterclockwise to the left in order to unlock the lock. So just for demonstration purposes, if you can't pick a lock into the unlocked position, let's say you can only get it to, you're only able to pick it into the lock position. So what good is that? Because you want to unlock it. Well, what you do is you go ahead and pick it into the lock position, and then use a plug spinner to spin the plug into the other direction. It spins it so fast that the pins don't have time to reset themselves up in the upper chambers. Now for this particular demonstration, I have a tension wrench here. This is actually a Cabo Ilco tension wrench, and you can see it has quite a bit of flex in it, and these do come in handy. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pick this open real quick, and see if I can get a decent angle. It's kind of hard to do this and at the same time get a good angle for the camera. I got the camera out in front of me while I'm got my arms stretched out, and when it really matters, many times the lock will just be in a very bad position, and positioning and environment matters a lot when you're trying to pick a lock in the field. A lot of times you get into a situation where the lock is just, there we go, is just in a really bad position where you can't reach it that well. So as you can see, that lock is open. So what we're going to do is we're just going to say for demonstration purposes that we really want to pick it in that direction. So as you can see, the black line here, okay, and let's move this line up to about 11 o'clock, this being 0 position, or 12 o'clock. We're going to spin this plug that way, in that direction, past 0 position, using a plug spinner. So all you do is you wind this thing up and lock it in a position, and you push this button and the blade on the end of here will spin incredibly fast. So you stick it in here. Now notice the position of the black line at 11 o'clock. Okay, here's 0 position. Let's try to get this at an angle where you're really going to be able to see it. We're going to put the blade in, and I'm going to count to 3, and the line will be over this side. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Now you can see that the line on the plug is now, let's say it's, call it 2 o'clock. So it spun it all the way over here. So you are now in unlocked position and you can open a lock. So if you want to spin it back, let's load our spinner here. Now we're going to bring the plug back close to 12 o'clock because we don't want to have to travel more distance than is necessary. So, but instead of using the plug spinner, what do you do if you don't have a plug spinner? And that's what this video is really about. And that's where, when we Kabe Ilko, flexible tension wrench comes into play. Alright, I'm going to show you, because I ran into this situation a few years ago, and I did not have a plug spinner. And that is the reason for this video. So, what do you do if you need a plug spinner and you don't have one? Well, this is an idea that I came up with, and I say that I came up with it because I've never seen another video about this, and I took what I had that was available to me at the time, and I used it, and it worked. So I'm just trying to arm some of you with a little bit of, a little bit of knowledge and imagination. Use what's available to you if you don't have anything else, because working on locks, it can be a tricky business, but there's the most powerful tool is your ingenuity and your creativity. So, okay, let's get on with this. All right, so our plug is at about 1 o'clock, and we're going to spin it over to that direction, hopefully. Now, I am going to tell you that if you do this enough, be prepared to lose a couple of tension wrenches. And I want to try to get this where you can really get a good look at it. So I have my tension wrench here. Let's bring that back close to 0 so we don't have a lot of distance to travel. Now, I have a rubber band, and when I stretch this rubber band out to its limits, it's almost about 9 inches. So, I don't know if you can see that. And that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to place this over the end of the tension wrench and let go. I'm going to let go of this end. I'm going to place it over the tension wrench with about 1/3 of the length at the top. You can experiment with different lengths, but now watch the plug. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we are. It brought it past 12 o'clock. And as you can see, using my pick, I can turn it. Now, in the past, I've lost probably 3 or 4 of my favorite tension wrenches doing this. So, have some spare stock around. But I am going to tell you this does not work 100% of the time. As I said, it does depend on your environment It depends on the lock. If you need to do this, carry around some lube and lube that lock up really good. It has to spin pretty well. Some locks are so gunked up, even an actual plug spinner won't spin them fast enough. So, just a little bit of ideas for you. Thanks for watching.